Barracuda's 4 to 5 plus, you would have to say that GLand's got to be at least 6 to 8 feet right now. And whoever's there, lucky motherfuckers. Alright, here we are. We just got off a 6-hour flight from the homeland. The waves are pumping, man. We're at the winter cottage, we're halfway there. Another 12 hours and we'll be surfing 6 to 8 foot perfect GLand.
Hey, if you guys see Tom Carroll, his backpack's still in the box.
All right, we're in GLand, as everyone else knows it around the world, but in Indonesia it's known as Plungkong, and we're in East Java. It's about 100 kilometres from Bali. It's about a 2-hour boat trip or about 8 hours overland, and it's one of the most beautiful parts of Indonesia.
Okay, good morning GLand and welcome to day 3 of the Quiksilver Pro. We hope to get underway with commencement heat 11 from round 1 this morning. We're putting the event on hold right now for another announcement at 9 o'clock. Conditions are very good, but we're still waiting for the wind to come around and go offshore. Right now it's a marginal situation between money trees and speedies, and we'll be looking at the conditions and making a further announcement at 9 a.m.
This event, as compared to other events, is the way surfing should be. We just come from 2 weeks in Japan where I didn't surf a wave over 2 feet, and then they called it off the other day, and I was paddling out through the shore, and I swear there was better waves just 10 feet off the shore than what I surfed the whole time I was in Japan, and out the back was 5 foot. So this event is, it's perfect. There's beautiful waves. The weather's a bit too hot, but check out the setup. It's insane. It's unbelievable. Perfect waves, and I think best surfers in the world, all playing pool, all drinking a couple of beers and eating together. I think it's the greatest atmosphere, and that's the way all surfing should be. Yeah, I had a bit of a strange experience the other day when I was taking a leak in the dunny, and there's like a peacock, and it decides to lock me in the toilet. I don't know why, and so I'm trying to sneak out past it, and it's going off of me. So I'm all, help, help. And so I had to get Mike Ramelsi to come and with his board and hit the thing away so I get out of the dunny.
Tell us about this place.
Well, you've got this giant long reef, and starting out the front or way around the corner, which you can't see, is kongs, which is like a bommy kind of fat but real fun. And then you got money trees, which can get insane too, I hear, but we haven't had any money trees, not yet, but that's kind of pretty good too, because it's been all down at the end of the reef on a patch called Speedies, which is the best wave in the world. As you can see, it just runs along the reef, just to top to bottom, perfect barrel. It's pretty epic.
I think GLand's a really unique contest, mainly because it's a camp. It's kind of a camping trip, and it puts the 44 surfers all together, and everyone has to interact together and eat at the same dinner table, and that's really unique in itself, because there's no other contest like that really, on the tour. And it's kind of neat because you get to check out everyone's attitude towards surfing, and it makes a really fun kind of camping, like when you're 12 years old type of trip. And I think that's the best part about this contest. It's really unique, and not to mention that the waves are just absolutely perfect. Makes it, everyone in such a happy-go-lucky, glowing vibe. So it's a cool contest. First of all, it's a full mission to get here. You gotta take planes, buses, boats, and when you finally get here, you're definitely out in the middle of nowhere. It's based in a reserve. It's in a jungle, and there's every type of wildlife you can imagine, from tigers to snakes to sharks to whales. You see everything, and that's the feeling you get from it. And it's just based on this huge point with a big bar of reef running down the point, and it's just a big old left that is really consistent. And you can surf up at the top of a spot called Kongs, which is a fun kind of peaky left, all the way down to Money Trees, which is a bit of a more hollow wave. And then when Speedies is on, that's the best wave of GLand, and that's the highlight of a trip if you can get it. The funny thing about this place is all the wildlife, and I've had a few of my friends kind of semi-attacked by animals. And one time Shane Dorian was in the bathroom, and he opened the door, and he was surrounded by about 8 monkeys, and he had to shut the door and stay in the bathroom for about a half hour. He couldn't get out because the monkeys were playing with him, and which is pretty funny. And the other time, Taylor Knox was walking by this huge peacock, which happened to be territorial, and the thing started attacking him and pecking at him. Just all kinds of crazy animals here, and there's all kinds of funny stories. You don't want to mess with the wildlife here. This is their spot.
Having the top 44 surfers surfing shitty waves in front of a crowd trashing a beach with loud music blown all over the place is not really the best noble dimension you could give to the sport of surfing. But when you bring the best surfers of the world in such a beautiful area to surf such a beautiful and an exceptional quality wave, it then really gives them the status that they really deserve, and it gives an open door for them to show their real talent and ability, and then it really becomes one of the best shows in the world.
We came here for safety. We're Hawaiian Water Patrol, and we're here to do the contest. Try and keep everybody as safe as possible. Try and dodge those orcas out there. Not get them pissed off. Big ones.
Now bring us here to do the contest and try to keep these pros in line, They're all trying to get out of control here, but I brought the enforcer this year, see him? Brought the enforcer.
That's right, Buttermilk, don't mess.
Straighten them all out.
No mess in my food.
No mess
Don't mess
in my
with Mel's food. Whatever it is, you don't want to mess with it.
Oh, you know what? The mosquitoes over here are mean, but
They're meaner than anybody I ever met.
Imagine letting a tiger out of his cage. That would be like messing with Mel's food.
we got about 60 horny fucking men on his island right now.
Can you say fucking on national TV?
Oh, is that national TV? No,
Yeah, ABC?
He'll edit that out, guaranteed.
Bam. I think the best thing about GLand is you don't need soap for 2 weeks, or toothpaste, or a razor, or any clean clothes, or manners. And like Tim, like Riley said, the conversations can be very stimulating. We had a lovely one about
Vaginas?
it was actually indirectly related to vaginas. It was how GLand is sort of just the G spot, the real G spot of the world, of this whole little area, how it's just kind of nestled right in here, this part of Asia, the Indian Ocean here. It's just sort of, it's almost sort of sexual the way the wave breaks, and it actually is the G spot if you looked at it on a map. It's sexual, man.
Okay, hang on a sec, one sec. Oh, sorry. Oh, the rats here are gnarly. I sat up for 2 nights with rats going like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was ridiculous, and I thought the whole time that thing was chewing through my screen, gonna drop on my face at any second. I was like freaking. It was gnarly, and the whole time the rat was probably in the corner just laughing at me. But he also ate my sleeping pills, so he would have had a good sleep at the end. He had like 10 of them. So I actually haven't heard from him in a while, so he's probably either OD'd somewhere or still asleep.
I go to Tavarua. I've been to Tavarua a few times, and I always thought Tavarua was the best wave in the world. You know, I just thought there's hands down, there's no way there can be a better wave. But I think on its day down at Speedy's, this would have to be the best. I would say the best wave I've ever seen. You know, it's kind of like cartoon. You know, like it's like the pictures you drew as a kid in school on your notebook. You know, you just see that perfect waves coming in. It's weird when you watch the video from it and you just go, wow, that was me, or I was out there that day. There's waves like that. I could have been on that wave.
It's up there with probably the top 5 best locations in the world, but so far ahead in consistency rather, than any other place I've ever been to.
And tell us about some of the best waves you've had here. How long some of the tubes you got?
Just the way sometimes it manages to double up down at Speedy's, and the speed, well, there you go, the speed of the wave is incredible. You can be so deep in the tube and be going so fast. As long as nothing touches you, you don't get clipped or anything. You can come out of some of the deepest barrels that, you come out, you can't even wipe the grin off your face because you come from so deep. It's a pretty special place.
It's a great contest. It's, one of the best waves in the world. For me particularly, I don't really care for lefts. I'd rather surf rights. If it's going to be a bear, I'd rather be surfing someplace like Backdoor or Kira or something like that. But it's a good wave, and I've done good here, so I'm stoked.
Well, I think that the waves at GLand are surfing heaven for everybody. Up the top you have Kongs, which is kind of just a long wall, and it's pretty mushy, so the lesser experienced people can surf up there. And then Money Trees is kind of like the intermediate, and then Speedy's is like you don't want to make a wrong move out there. I remember being in there and it started speeding up. So I sped up, and then I saw it was going to slow down, and I started slowing down with it. I just sort of stuck my arm and my butt in the wave and just slowed down, and then it started speeding up again, so I pulled my rail up with my hand and just started going a little bit faster, and then it started racing off, and I sort of came out and then went back into it, and I fell, I think, but it was a really long tube. But it was really nothing out of the ordinary at Speedy's. It was just a normal wave on a good day. I had waves the first day we were here I was probably in the barrel for 12 seconds and didn't even come out, but just was in the barrel forever and could have gone for forever again. But Shane Beshing got like a 16-second barrel, and he probably could have got barreled longer. Had he stalled more at the end or something, I don't know. It's really hard to say how long a guy could get a barrel at Speedy's for on the perfect wave, on the perfect day. A really good surfer. I mean, if Tom Carroll caught the perfect wave out there, he could probably get barreled for 30 seconds. you don't really have to do anything. I was taking off switch foot on waves and getting barreled for 10 seconds one day and getting spit out, and I'm a complete kook goofy foot. I can barely even stand, and that's all I did was just stand up and turn and drew a line, and it's almost like whichever line you draw, it's the perfect one. The wave's sucking up so much water that it actually creates the perfect line for your board. And your board, it's like you're on a track and you just follow. Sort of see things here. The first time I came here, the first thing I saw when I jumped in the water was about a 6-foot shark right next to Simon Law. And the waves were so good, he just started laughing. It's like, so what? Who cares about a 6-foot shark when there's 8-foot waves?
That's a nice little band-aid you got. Thanks. It's like it's pretty tall, guys. Wait, nail and shit. It needs a mascot.
I think I'm hot right now.
Where's Puma?
I don't know, Pumbaa.
Puma! Guys, back to coming. Yeah, back to seat. Bring the money down too.
I got a
That's the song.
You can trust him, though, can't you? He's always sturdy.
What I was dealing with today, I was dealing with huge amounts of water breaking in perfect harmony with a perfect reef, making the most perfect waves you've ever seen in the most perfect atmosphere. That's what was happening this morning.
Was it heavy?
The drops were heavy out there, but once you made the drop, that was pretty much all your work was done. The rest was a holiday, really. You just had to stand there and take it all in. It's a pretty incredible view, looking at about 4 or 5 boats and about 8 people sitting in the channel. If you can get that whole view within a barrel, it's a pretty special thing.
dream low. I sail the sun's crown, escape the sound of love's first joys.
Well done, Chris.